Hey, what is up, YouTube? It is Toy Adventures here again with a really kind of out of the blue type of video. I did not expect to make this kind of video right now. But as you can see, we have just got an amazing new reveal from Beyond the Gates for brand new Jurassic World stuff. So much, in fact, I could not make it into a short. It had to be a dedicated video because what they unveiled is just so groundbreaking for this line and just so impressive that I honestly thought it deserved a video. And as you guys can see on the screen right here, for the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park, we are getting a Kenner-inspired wave. Yes, there is no doubt about this. This is ripped straight from the Kenner catalogs of 1993. You can already tell by the designs we've got going on right here that this is going to be a fan favorite line, especially for us older fans who have been in this since the Kenner days. This is really a love letter to us, and let's get into it and start diving into what we got here. Before I get onto it, I want to credit, I got all these images from Jurassic Collector on Instagram. Again, that is Jurassic Collector on Instagram. So, as you can see right here, this figure is based off of actually two different Ian Malcolm figures. It's based off of the Glider figure and the regular release for The Lost World. Interesting, it's not the original movie release, it is from The Lost World, but that's kind of the more iconic Ian figure, so I totally understand why they did that, and it's a pretty cool combination of the two. The hatchling he comes with is also very retro inspired. That's ripped straight from The Lost World. Obviously not the same mold, but it looks just like it with the exact same color scheme. Just a totally awesome homage to Toys Bygone, and you know, they've been doing this subtly throughout the line already, but this line is where they take the mask off, they reveal all their secrets, and they just go all out Kenner inspired, and honestly, we're all here for it. This is something we've secretly wanted but never thought they'd do, but here they are doing it. And up next we got Alan Grant, and his outfit is definitely supposed to be vintage figure inspired. I'm not quite sure where that vest is coming from, and the large rocket launcher, I do not think that's actually what vintage Grant came with. As you can see here, Grant originally came with a net launcher and a baby pteranodon, and never had any type of vest on it. So this must just be Kenner getting creative, adding their own kind of 90s flair, because this is honestly something you could see in the old vintage figures. It's not what happened, but it's definitely something I can see. And right behind him, you do get a nice glimpse of that new galley. Now, we already gotten a galley with that paint scheme before, but it's in the running pose. So it's nice to get another one of it in a standard pose. That just kind of confirms that other galley was a Kenner callback, but this one is blatantly a Kenner callback, so definitely a really cool figure. Alright, so this one's gonna really blow the socks off some real Kenner aficionados like me. For those of you who don't recognize this is actually a canceled version of the Kenner Jungle Explorer. They were going to do an entire vehicle wave for Season 2 that ended up getting canceled. And this, along with the Bush Devil Tracker and another one, I can't remember the name of it, were canceled. It is a redeco of the classic Ford Explorer with bars added on the window and the back taken out, replaced by a missile launcher, and it looks like to be a little rope on the side. I'll go ahead and flash a picture right here of what the original prototype looked like. It's a pretty nice homage to it, and definitely something I never in a million years thought we'd get from the Mattel line. This is honestly so crazy. I honestly feel like I'm dreaming. Like, this is just something we never would have ever seen. So the fact that Mattel is doing this is honestly uber based, and it just makes me so excited for what's coming up because they know what the fans want. Alright, so those of you who have watched my shorts need no introduction to this guy or gal. This is our Real Feel Rexy. Now, it's using the mold of the Super Colossal, however, it is not Super Colossal. This is in scale with all the other figures. It just uses its mold, and it has rubber skin. We don't know if it's going to be similar to the Mosasaurus or a little bit more malleable so you can pose it better. I'm hoping it's like the same type of rubber that our original Red Rex was, because that thing was just so fun to play with. The rubber allowed you to pose it really anyway. And it's also going to be able to eat figures. So this is just a really awesome release in general. I am so happy we're finally getting this. And while I do have some minor gripes with the mold, it's not quite the Rex I was hoping for, since it's using an older sculpt rather than, one of Mattel's new, really improved sculpts. Like, I've heard a comment that they say they would rather it be the Epic Roaring Rex. And while I am inclined to agree, I'm still happy that we are getting this regardless. And, that mold already had a feeding tube, so maybe it was just easier to make. And here we just have another good shot of the Ford Explorer, the figures, and the Rex in the background. As you can see, Grant has like this little device that can capture the baby Triceratops. Probably not the most ideal way to handle an infant dinosaur, but these are capture dinosaurs. These are capture gear. They were never too humane in the first place. So just fun to see that all of these are going to have so much more play gimmicks than like the regular Jurassic Park line. You guys have probably noticed that for the most of the line, you just get a dinosaur and that is it. Hardly get any humans, hardly get anything to interact with the dinosaurs. It's really, for the most part, just been dinosaurs for the past 2-3 years. And only now are they really starting to ramp up the vehicles, the accessories, the humans. Mattel is really pulling it off this year, and it seems like for 2023, we're going to be even more spoiled than we ever were before. They are just hitting all the high notes, and it's really making me want that RV. All right, so here we have a really good shot of the dinosaurs we're getting in this line that are not obviously Rex. We're getting a really nice homage to the Jurassic Park Series 2 Gallimimus. And then that Dilophosaurus, not quite looking very Kennerish. It's not Kennery at all. I'll go ahead and flash a picture of what those two look like. That's Scutosaurus, I believe it is, on the way end. I believe that is also Kenner inspired. I'll try and look for an image of it. It doesn't really ring a bell to me as much as the others do. And that baby Rex down there. Oh no, baby Raptor. Okay, so that's a baby Raptor down there. That might be Lost World inspired. I'll go ahead and just flash a picture of what I think each and every one of these is inspired by. Obviously, the Dilophosaurus is the Jurassic Park Dilophosaurus with that capture gear. So really, really, really cool that we're finally getting capture gear again. Just nice to finally see all this stuff come back for a nice tribute. And that's really all for the figure releases. Just really great releases. I cannot believe that we're getting an actual Kenner-inspired line. It feels like for the longest time, it's something that people have kind of fantasized over. I've seen so many mock-ups of like figures in retro Kenner-styled box art. And we've always kind of wondered what Mattel's real inspirations are. And we've gotten peeks and glimpses throughout the entire toy line of some cool callbacks, but it's like finally, I don't know what snapped in their head, but they just flipped the switch and they're like, listen guys, everything you guys have dreamed over and didn't even know you wanted, we're gonna release it. That stuff you didn't even know you really wanted, we're gonna release it. Canceled figures be damned, we're gonna release it. That's what this wave feels like. Just a total tribute to all the longtime fans. It's kind of like the big thank you letter. And honestly, I'm accepting this as an apology for every little mistake Mattel has made over this toy line. They've made a few, nothing too bad. The last two pictures we got here are of packaging samples. Now, this is just one image. This is not the two images, but... So, here we have a packaging sample for the Ian Malcolm and the Dr. Grant. Now, it seems these are going to be actually closed box packaging. Something we haven't ever seen yet. It's just, aside from the Brachiosauruses, but for these littler, standard releases, really something we haven't seen. And it's not truly homaging back to Kenner, because as you knew, those Kenner figures usually had bubble packaging and clamshells. So, very interesting choice. That being said, I do adore the vintage style artwork on these boxes. It seems these are going to be the classic humans with hatchling, but also now humans with hatchling and a regular small-sized dinosaur. So for the first packaging, you get the Dr. Grant, all his gear, the baby Raptor, and the Gallimimus, whereas you get Ian with his, glider, Dilophosaurus, and baby Triceratops. The next image we have up here is the packaging image for the prototype Jungle Explorer. It comes with the Scutosaurus. It is called the Track and Explore Vehicle set. Interesting that they don't include any of the Jungle Explorer name in there. I'm sure they just want to pass this off as their own vehicle, but we all know where the inspiration comes. And I'm just so happy that they made the improvements to the vehicle that they did, because as you saw the original image, it wasn't too derivative of the original vehicle, where I feel like this is a true fresh take on the Jungle Explorer. So I'm a really happy fan of it. This packaging is absolutely gorgeous. It says 93 Classic on there, even though these aren't too loyal to the kind of actual look of the prototypes. I still love them. This packaging, honestly, I wish we had it the entire line. It's just so pretty. You have that big, beautiful Jurassic Park logo right there, shining proudly. And we got one more reveal as a surprise for you guys. Boom! The packaging for the new Real Feel Rex. Yep, here it is in the packaging. Almost looking like the packaging for the original Red Rex, although that one was fully encased in cardboard, whereas this has an open top. That's okay. It has been a standard for the Mattel Rexes in this line up to this point. And I still think, man, just seeing this on the shelf, it's going to be hard not to want to buy multiple of these guys. I already know I'm getting at least two. One to have in the box and review of, or one to have in the box and one to open up and review, use in movies, all that other fun stuff. This is just giving me so many ideas, and I really, really hope they continue this 30th anniversary line. If this is all they have for the 30th anniversary line so far, that would make me happy already. Even from what we've seen so far is very satisfying. But I'm hoping and praying that there are more releases to come, because what we've seen so far is just so mind-blowing that I can't wait to see what else is there. This is truly the Valentine's Day gift we all didn't know we were getting, but are all very happy we did. So guys, definitely tell me your thoughts down below in the comments. I want to know what you guys think about this line. Are these up to your standards? Do some of these kind of disappoint you, or are these right on point for you guys? For me, this is really just more than I could have asked for, honestly. We're talking vintage style paint schemes, vintage, paint schemes of canceled dinosaurs. Now, they have done that once with the Post-Asuchus, I believe. That was a really special little treat, but now it just feels like they're taking that gimmick and making a whole toy line out of it. And the vintage-inspired packaging, we can't ignore that. This packaging is going to really stand out on the shelf, and I know a lot of those old fans are going to see this. Even the fans who didn't collect this toy line, they're going to see this on the shelf, and they're going to want to be like, nostalgia, and they're going to want to get it. So tell me what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!